About to record. Perfect. We'll just get ourselves settled in. So for our morning practice, we're just going to spend just a couple of minutes with our conscious breath. So taking a nice seat or laying out, whichever is more comfortable for you. There's no rules. So just making yourself nice and comfortable as we prepare to just connect in and settle into the practice with some breath. So if you're taking a seat, making sure to make yourself nice and comfortable, ensuring that your pelvis is balanced so that you're not kind of scooching too far forward or folded too far back. So a little cushion can help with that. And if you're lying out, just sensing into all the points where your body connects with the mat beneath you. Just gently allowing your shoulders to soften, your hands to rest wherever they do. And just noticing the natural movement of your body with your breath as you breathe in through the nose and out through the nose. In through the nose, out through the nose. With each breath, just finding yourself settling a little more. If it's comfortable for you to deepen the breath into an abdominal breath practice, where you allow the belly to move out on the inhale and draw the belly back in on the exhale. So just creating this beautiful exchange of breath. If you find that your mind starts to wander, that's okay, but just gently guide it back to the breath. And sometimes just adding a little count inside your head to the breath is enough to keep the mind busy. So adding in your head the count to give you the perfect, full, deep inhale, and then simply balancing your exhale to that count. Enjoy your breath. If it's comfortable for you to integrate a pause at the top of your inhale, and again at the bottom of the exhale, but it's also perfect if you'd prefer to go with the continuous flow of breath. We'll take 2 more rounds of breath, whichever cycle you're following. And then gently just allow your breath to revert to its most natural and easeful state. Of course, we'll remember this depth, this softening we created with this conscious breath for the beginning of our practice. Gently beginning to bring a little movement to your fingers and toes. If you are sitting for your breath, just gently making your way to lying out on your mat now. Gently bringing a little deeper movement to fingers and toes, hands and feet. Maybe a little wiggle through the body, allowing yourself to kind of press your body into the mat and then release. So just sensing into where your body connects naturally and where you can sort of physically manipulate it in for a lovely activation of those muscles. You can gently blink open your eyes, keeping the gaze nice and soft. As you inhale, take a full stretch, stretching those fingertips away, those toes toward your face. And as you exhale, soften. Inhale and lengthen. Exhale and soften. Inhale and lengthen. Exhale and soften, and allow your hands to come back down either side of your body. Gently step those feet up one at a time and draw your knees in toward your chest. And just gently hold those knees. If your body is dictating a little bit of movement, as mine is, as soon as I came in, my knees gently started to rock side to side. Let your body guide you here. So whatever movement feels really good in your body, just staying really connected to the movement and the impact of the movement. So like that, whether it's the what section of the low back is activated, if you draw your knees gently side to side or forward and back, or if you're bringing those knees in circles. Where else would you be of a Tuesday morning, lads? If you took some movement in this sequence, in this pose, just gently return to stillness now in center and gently place your left foot to the mat as you draw your belt around your right foot. And I'm just realizing, my belt is a little bit behind me. Now, so we're just gently drawing the belt around the ball of the right foot, just below the toes. Mindful placement, then lengthening through that right leg. Gentle bend, that little micro bend in the right knee. Stepping into the belt. Spread, spread, spread those toes. Gentle energy through the heel. And again, finding what feels perfect in your body. So it may be that having the leg a little bit lower is more comfortable for your practice. Just finding the perfect expression for you this morning. That's the perfect practice. If it's comfortable, you can extend that left leg fully flat to the mat and you're making that full footprint so those left toes are pointing toward the ceiling. That's holding you beautifully here. In through the nose, out through the nose, using the breath to facilitate this gorgeous release in the right lower body. And check in and see if maybe you have created a little bit of extra space with those first few rounds of breath. So that right foot might come slightly closer toward you. If not, that's perfect. Just again, staying curious about your own practice. One last deep breath here. And we'll pass both sides of the belt to the right hand. Holding the left hip, the left leg steady. Gently release the right leg to the right. Only as much as is comfortable, while that left hip, that left leg remains stable. And check in on those principles in your right leg, the soft knee, gentle energy into the belt and the energy through the heel. And you can extend that left arm from the body if that's comfortable for you. You might even like to bring your gaze over to your left hand, just giving a gentle stretch into your neck as well. Enjoy your breath. In through the nose, out through the nose. We'll take one last deep breath here. And then we'll begin our return to center by gently guiding the gaze back to center first. And then you'll activate those core muscles, use those core muscles to help you. On your next breath, gently inhale that right leg nice and slowly, slow and steady, back to center. Then allow that gentle settling in center as you pass both sides of the belt to the left hand. And just gently guide that right foot just 3 to 4 inches across midline in line with your left shoulder. Right femur descending, soft knee, energy to the belt. And again, that left leg has stayed valid for us. So again, that's holding us beautifully here. You can extend your right arm from your body if that's comfortable. And again, if it's comfortable, you might even bring your gaze over to your right hand. Enjoy your breath. One last deep breath here. And then again, when we begin our return to center, gently begin by bringing the gaze back to center. Then inhale that right leg nice and slowly back to center. Again, allow that settling. And then gently draw that right knee in toward the right side of your chest. Continue to extend through that left leg. And just hold that knee here for just a couple of breaths. In through the nose, out through the nose. You've released your belt. Gentle circling of that right foot, about 5 times in each direction. And then gently release that right leg and lay it out flat to the mat and just sense into the release that you have created there. So your right leg might feel a little longer, a little flatter. That's perfect. That's exactly how it's meant to be, because we'll be evening it out now. So gently bending up those knees again, feet flat to the mat to begin, and then draw your left knee in toward the left side of your chest, taking your belt, bringing your belt just below those toes, around the ball of the foot, lengthening through that left leg. Again, lovely softness in the knee, gentle energy into the belt, through the heel, spread those toes. Again, find the perfect point. So it might be better for you to have your leg lower, whatever feels just gorgeous in your practice. Elbows to the mat if your belt is long enough. And you can extend through that right leg fully, flat to the mat, making a full footprint with that right foot so those toes point toward the ceiling. And enjoy your breath. In through the nose and out through the nose. Check in and make sense if you have made any extra space in that left leg. So again, that left foot might come slightly closer toward you. Just sensing in to any space that you've created. And if you have created some space, that you claim it. Take one final deep breath here, in through the nose and out through the nose. And gently pass out to your left hand, holding your right hip, your right leg stable. Gently release that left leg nice and slowly to the left, again, only as much as is comfortable, while that right hip, that right leg remains stable. Gentle bend in the knee, pressing into the belt, energy through that heel, keeping that right leg steady. And again, if it's comfortable, you might extend your right arm from your body and bring your gaze over to your right hand. Again, just finding what feels perfect for your practice. One last deep breath here. And then again, begin your transition to center by gently guiding your gaze back to center. And on your next breath, engaging your core as you gently inhale that left leg nice and slowly back to center. Slow and steady. Pause and center. And then gently pass both sides of your belt to your right hand. And just guide that left foot 3 to 4 inches across midline. That left femur is descending. Soft knee, energy to the belt. And again, that right leg is staying put, holding you beautifully here. You can extend that left arm from your body if that's comfortable, and maybe even bring your gaze to your left hand. Enjoy your breath. One last deep breath here, and again, we'll begin our transition back to center by gently guiding the gaze back to center first, and then gently inhaling that left leg nice and slowly back to center. Pause and settle, and then gently guide your left knee toward the left side of your chest. Release your belt, keep lengthening through your right leg, and just hold onto your knee here. Take a nice couple of breaths in through the nose and out through the nose. And just gently circle that left foot just about 5 times in each direction, just allowing any little creaks or cracks from that ankle and foot to release for you. Pops of energy are good. Gently release then flat to the mat and just sense into that gorgeous release, those lovely new legs that you have created from that sequence. We'll gently bend up those knees again, about hip width apart. We're just going to take our gentle hip opener, taking the right ankle over the left knee. It might feel most comfortable to keep your left foot pressing into the mat and just gently guide your right knee away. Or if it's available, bring that left leg to tabletop, using your hands or your belt. Draw the hands in behind that left thigh. Connect those sit bones, back of the head, back of the shoulders to the mat, and activate the opposing energy of left knee towards you and right knee away, to just gently awaken that right hip and breathe into it. As soon as you've activated that awareness, you're gently just breathing into that right hip, just sensing into the space that you're creating. In that space, get the flow of prana, life force energy, that beautiful intuitive capacity for our bodies to heal and renew. One last deep breath into that right hip. And then gently release that left foot nice and slowly to the mat. Release your right foot. Take a moment to allow that energy to settle. And then gently guide your left ankle over your right knee. And draw your right leg to tabletop if that's available again. If it's more comfortable to just keep that right foot pressing into the mat and gently guide that left knee away, that's perfect too. If you've got your right leg in tabletop, drawing either your hands or your belt in behind that right thigh. Back of the head, back of the shoulders, back of the sit bones to the mat, gently drawing your right knee towards you and guiding your left knee away so that opposing energy to activate that left hip and breathe into it. Making full footprints with your feet, keeping those muscles engaged. Breathe. One last deep breath into that left hip. And then gently, gently, gently releasing that right foot nice and slowly. That left foot nice and slowly. Allow that gentle settling in center. And then we'll just gently guide ourselves onto the right side and just assist yourself back to hands and knees. I'm going to take off my voice because as soon as I start moving, I think it interferes with the microphone. So on your hands and knees, taking the time to stack the hips over the knees, shoulders over elbows, over wrists, the focus of energy into that index knuckle with an internal rotation of the forearms. And just moving on your breath as you exhale, drawing your chin towards your chest, your belly button towards your spine as you curl your spine toward the ceiling. And as you inhale, gently releasing the belly toward the mat, opening up the heart and bringing the gaze forward for dog. So moving mindfully on your own breath. Just bringing this gorgeous, gentle mobility into the spine. That lovely lengthening and decompression. It's absolute magic. Take one more round and then come back to stillness and make your way to downward facing dog. So you can step one foot back at a time and gently lift those sit bones toward the ceiling. Bring a little bend into those knees, sending those upper thigh bones back, allowing that beautiful spilling of the spine from the pelvis. The shoulders are soft, so you don't have your shoulders hunched under your ears. They're broad and soft. You've got space in your armpits. You're plugging those index knuckles again, trying to keep as much pressure out of the heel of the hand as we can. We're going to move from here to a suspended lizard lunge. So we're gently going to draw the left foot to the outside of the left hand. And if it takes a couple of goes, that's perfect. Taking your time to get here and keeping that right leg suspended if that's comfortable. If you need to bring that right knee to the mat, that's perfect too. If it's comfortable to keep it suspended, we'll take that left hand to the top of the left knee, really feel that plugging. And then gently return the hand to the mat. And we're just going to bring a little bit of a bounce up and down, gentle now, into your lizard lunge. Again, with all of these instructions, I am simply the guide. You are the boss of your body. So whatever feels gorgeous for your practice this morning, that's what you do. Gently release the bounce and just begin to rock forward and back a little bit if that's comfortable. Again, gentle, subtle movements. And we can release that rocking and we'll bring that left foot back to come back to downward facing dog. Again, taking any little movement in your down dog that feels good, lifting the heels and gently releasing whatever feels lovely. And we'll gently now go into our lizard lunge on the other side. So drawing the right foot to the outside of the right hand. Again, however many goes it takes to get there is absolutely perfect. Taking that right hand to the top of that right knee so we can really feel that connection of that right sole of the foot. Then returning that hand. And again, if you'd like to take some movement with me, just gently beginning to just gently bounce up and down in your lizard lunge. Gently release the bounce. And if you wish, just beginning to rock forward and back in your suspended lizard lunge. Beautiful. Gently release that movement and take your right foot back for downward facing dog. So again, just sensing into the lovely length of this movement, this full body stretch in your down dog. Again, bend those knees if that helps you. Send those upper thigh bones back and spill that spine from your pelvis a little more. And gently begin to walk the feet nice and slowly to the top of the mat. We'll find ourselves in our first forward fold. Let's take the feet nice and wide for our first forward fold. Bend the knees as much as you need to. And just let your head hang heavy, your arms hang heavy. So sit bones toward the ceiling. You might like to bring a gentle sway into your upper body. That can sometimes help the release. Gently return to stillness. Inhale for half lift. So you're extending the crown of your head forward, lengthening the spine, and then exhale and fold over your legs. Plug through those feet, zip up those legs as we inhale and root. Drive hands down through center. Beautiful. Just going to take a quick sip of water. We're going to come to Tadasana and do our lovely shake, our lovely energy mover, our lovely energy unblocker. If we're experiencing any little blocks, this can be lovely. So always it's really important to establish your Tadasana. So finding that perfect foundation, that mountain pose, that equal spread of weight across the feet. Again, soft knees. You'll hear me go on about soft knees so much. Imagining the inner thighs moving inward. That allows the back thighs to kind of broaden outward. That gives you that lovely natural curvature into your spine. Then you can lengthen through the spine. Allow your hands to just gently rest by your sides, hands facing forward. Imagine a string holding your skull to the ceiling. Take 2 deep breaths here, sensing into the stacking and alignment of your Tadasana, your mountain pose. And we're just going to begin to shake the torso. So your arms are kind of just shaking by the movement of your body. Now, I keep my feet plugged in for this, but it is most welcome if you'd prefer to kind of gently stomp the feet as well, whatever feels really good. So just shaking the torso. So this is really gorgeous for your posture, for unblocking any little energy blocks anywhere that you're holding tension. Gently now begin to start shaking the arms as well as the torso, shaking the arms up over your head. Keep that shake in the torso too. Shake the arms down. Shake the arms up again. And shake the arms down. And we'll shake them up once more. Really shake at the torso too. And shake them down. Keep the torso shaking for another moment or two. And then gently return to stillness. And sense into that just gentle movement of energy through your body. A really good one to energize you at any stage during your day that you could benefit from a little bit of extra energy. So we're coming to the back of our mats now. And we'll inhale the arms up. And as we exhale, we're going to fold forward, bending those knees nice and deeply. Inhale for half lift. Exhale and fold. Ooh, and choke on your t-shirt. And we're just going to begin to walk those hands out nice and slowly out the mat to come to plank pose. Again, we're going to keep that tailbone lengthening. We're pushing the mat away, our core is engaged. And we're holding our plank for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Gently come into downward dog. And from downward dog, you can let yourself walk those hands back your mat to come back to forward fold, just as elegantly as I did there. Inhale, half lift. Exhale and fold. Plug those feet, zip those legs as we inhale and root and rise. And bring those hands down through center. Inhale the arms up, gaze to the ceiling. Exhale and fold. Inhale to half lift. Ooh, there's your speaker. Exhale, fold. And then gently walk those hands out the mat to come back to your plank pose. Now you can stay still in your plank. You can go into down dog or into child's pose if that feels better for you. Or if you'd like to take a little bit of movement with me here, we're going to take the right knee to the outside of the right elbow and return. Left knee to the outside of the left elbow and return. Right knee outside right elbow, return. Left knee outside left elbow, return. One more. Right knee outside right elbow and return. Left knee outside left elbow and return. And come back to downward facing dog. Focus in on your breath, in through the nose and out through the nose. In any little movement in your dog that feels good or stillness. And gently walk those hands back the mat to come back to forward fold. Inhale for half lift. Exhale and fold. Plug those feet, zip those legs as we inhale and root and rise. And bring those hands down through center. Beautiful. So you're going to come to the top of your mat now. And again, in your Tadasana, your mountain pose. Inhale the arms up, gaze to the ceiling, shoulders soft. Exhale and fold. Inhale for half lift. Exhale and fold. Inhale your right foot to the back of the mat. Allow that pelvis to settle. Gently draw that right knee to the mat. Kiss the mat. Beautiful instruction I learned at the weekend. Plug that right instep in. Hug those legs toward each other. Bring the hands to the hips. Inhale the arms up. And as you exhale, draw the hands behind you, interlace the fingers and open up your chest. Inhale the arms up. As you exhale, draw the hands down through center. The hands lift up that right knee. Draw your left foot back for downward facing dog. Inhale and lift those heels as you float forward. Forward board pose, plank pose, push the floor away. And as you exhale, coming to upward facing dog, just letting the pelvis descend, the heart to open, the gaze to come forward. Nice deep inhale here. And then as you exhale, draw your belly button to your spine to come back to downward facing dog. Leading with your right foot, step or walk to the front of the mat to come back to forward fold. Inhale for half lift. Exhale, fold. Plug those feet, zip those legs as we inhale and root and rise and bring those hands through center. Inhale the arms up, gaze to the ceiling. Exhale and fold. Inhale for half lift. Exhale and fold. Inhale that left foot to the back of the mat. Gently kiss the mat with that left knee. Plug in that instep. Hug those legs toward midline. We'll bring the hands to the head. Establish those foundations. Inhale the arms up. Soft shoulders. Exhale, release the arms behind you. Interlace those fingers and open up your chest. Inhale the arms up. Exhale and draw the hands down through center. Plug those hands, lift up that back knee and draw that right foot back for downward facing dog. Inhale and lift the heels and float forward, forward board pose, plank pose. Let's take a couple of breaths here, a couple of breaths here. Fill up those kidneys. On your next exhale, gently release the pelvis toward the mat, coming into upward facing dog. Heart open, gaze forward. Take a nice deep inhale. And as you exhale, drawing your belly button to spine as you come up and back to downward facing dog. Leading with your left foot, step or walk to the front of the mat to come back to forward fold once more. Inhale for half lift. Exhale and fold. Plug those feet, zip those legs as we inhale and root and rise. And bring those hands through center. Beautiful. Inhale the arms up, gaze to the ceiling. Exhale and fold. Inhale for half lift. Exhale and fold. Inhale that right foot to the back of the mat. Allow that pelvis to settle. We'll keep that right knee suspended this time if that's available to you. Please do bring it to the mat if you wish. Hug those legs toward midline to bring the hands to the hips, coming to high lunge. Tailbone is lengthening. Plugging through those foundations, establishing those foundations. We inhale the arms up, gaze to the ceiling. And as we exhale, draw the hands together in prayer and gently rest the right elbow over the left thigh as we twist to the left. So the hands are in prayer pose. So the arms are perpendicular. Enjoy your breath. Plug through those feet. As we inhale and return to center. Draw those hands down through center. Plug those hands, release that left foot back. We're back in downward facing dog. Inhale, lift those heels and float forward to forward board pose, plank pose. Push the floor away, knees to the mat if you wish. As we exhale forward and down, chaturanga, And then love the floor. Legs long and strong, hands either side of your chest as we inhale and lift the heart for cobra pose. Drawing that throat back, the heart is open, the gaze is forward. Turn over your toes and lift up and back to downward facing dog. Leading with the right foot, step or walk to the front of the mat. Coming to forward fold once more. Inhale for half lift. Exhale, fold. Plug those feet, zip those legs as we inhale and root and rise. And bring those hands down through center. Beautiful. Inhale the arms up, gaze to the ceiling. Exhale and fold. Inhale to half lift. Exhale and fold. Go this way. Inhale the left foot to the back of the mat. Allow that pelvis to settle. Again, we're going to keep that left knee suspended if that's comfortable, but do bring it to the mat if that's better for you. Hugging those legs toward midline. Come up to bring the hands to the hips. Again, keeping that solid foundation, that tailbone lengthening, that pelvis is settled. Inhale the arms up. Bring your hands down through center as we gently twist over to bring the left elbow over the right knee to twist to the other side. Enjoy your breath. In through the nose, out through the nose. And really plugging through those foundations as we gently draw ourselves back to center. Draw those hands down through center. Plug those hands, release that right foot back, downward facing dog. Inhale and roll forward, float, forward board pose, plank pose, push the floor away. Again, you can bring the knees to the mat if you wish. I'm just drawing myself back a bit so I don't hit into the couch. As we exhale forward and down to love the floor. Make your legs long and strong, hands either side of your chest as we inhale and lift the heart for cobra pose. Again, to whatever point feels good in your body. Turn over those toes and lift up and back to downward facing dog. Enjoy your breath. Leading with the left foot, step or walk to the front of the mat to find yourself in forward fold. Inhale to half lift. Exhale and fold. Plug those feet, zip those legs as we inhale and root and rise and bring those hands through center. Beautiful. So we'll take a nice wide-legged stance. So whatever feels comfortable in your body, sensing into the right level for you. As we gently take the right foot to half turn, so your right heel is dissecting your left instep. We'll gently bend into that right knee. So we want that right knee stacking over the right ankle. Tailbone lengthening, pelvis nice and settled. Equal plugging through both feet. What is that word? Inhale the arms up above shoulder height. Gently return to shoulder height and bring your gaze over your right middle finger. Enjoy your breath here. We'll take 3 full rounds of breath here, and then we're going to begin to do a little bit of flow. On your next inhale, you're going to gently lengthen that right leg and draw those hands toward the ceiling. And as you exhale, return to warrior 2. So being really mindful in the movement. Inhale and lengthen. Keep that knee soft. We never want to lock the knees. Exhale and release. Inhale and lengthen. Exhale and release. One last lengthening. And when you come back to your warrior two, stay in your warrior two. Nice deep inhale. And as you exhale, gently release your left hand to your left leg and bring your right hand as if you're placing a hat on your head. Your leg placement has remained the same. Enjoy your breath in your reverse warrior. And our next transition, gently lengthen that right leg and windmill those arms around to come to triangle pose. Now you can keep that left hand to your hip if that's more comfortable. So allowing that right hand to land under the right knee, wherever it does. So whether it's your foot, your ankle, your calf, maybe it's the mat, depending on how open you are. Enjoy your breath. Plug through those feet. Zip up those legs, and as you inhale, root and rise and return to warrior two. Enjoy your breath. On your next inhale, releasing your right hand, your right forearm, just above your right knee, and that palm is facing toward the ceiling. Drawing that left arm in front, integrating the head of the arm bone, and sweeping that left arm over the left ear. Enjoy your breath. One last deep breath here. And plug through those feet. Zip up those legs and inhale and root to rise. Let's take those feet square. Beautiful. We'll gently take that left foot 2 half turns now. So that left heel is dissecting that right instep. And we'll bend into that left knee. So again, we want to make sure that that left knee is stacking over that left ankle. Tailbone lengthening, pelvis is nice and settled, equal plugging through the feet. Inhale the arms above shoulder height, and then gently return the arms to shoulder height in your warrior two. We'll take 3 full rounds of breath here, in through the nose, out through the nose, sensing into this beautiful strength of the warrior, the strong arms, long arms, strong core, plugging from the pelvis to the feet. And like on the other side, we're going to bring a little bit of flow here. So on your next inhale, lengthening your left leg, keeping that knee soft and stretching those arms toward the ceiling. And as you exhale, return to warrior two and really beautifully contained in your movement. Inhale and lengthen. Exhale and release. Inhale and lengthen. Exhale and release. Inhale and lengthen. Exhale and release. Holding your warrior two. Nice deep inhale. And as you exhale, gently release your reverse warrior, that right hand, just gently landing on the right leg, that left hand as if it's placing a hat on your head. Enjoy your breath in your reverse warrior. And our next transition is to triangle pose, gently extending that left leg as we windmill the arms around to bring the left hand to meet the left leg wherever it does. The right arm can extend toward the ceiling or can be placed on your hip, whatever feels gorgeous in your body. Keeping that chest opening up toward the ceiling. Enjoy your breath in through the nose, out through the nose. Plug through those feet, zip up those legs on your next inhale, root, rise, return to warrior two. So hands outstretched, gaze over your left middle finger. The left knee is bent. Gently release that left forearm just above your left knee, palm toward the ceiling, taking your right hand to your hip to begin, and then drawing that right arm in front of you, integrating the head of the arm bone to give yourself some space to sweep that right arm over your right ear. You're long and strong here in your side angle pose. Enjoy your breath. In through the nose, out through the nose. Beautiful. Plug through those feet, zip up those legs. And next inhale, root and rise. Gorgeous. We'll square the feet. We'll just take a nice wide-legged forward fold before we move on. So keeping those feet plugging, the knees are nice and soft. So we inhale the arms up, keep those shoulders soft. And as you exhale, fold forward, hinge from the hips. So that spine is spilling from your pelvis in our forward fold, our wide-legged forward fold. You can be up on tented fingers. You might be up higher than that. Wherever you are in your practice is absolutely perfect and exactly where you should be. Enjoy your breath in through the nose and out through the nose. Plug through those feet, zip up those legs, and on your next inhale, root and rise. And bring your hands down through center. Beautiful. Let's heel toe those feet back to center. And we'll make our way to the mats where we're going to do our boat pose. So give yourself the physical manipulation you need to plug those sit bones nice and deeply into the mat. We'll take the hands in behind the knees, come onto tiptoes and walk those tiptoes back until it feels comfortable to bring those legs to tabletop. Make those full footprints again. We're always talking about those full footprints, but it just activates the muscle energy in the legs. Now you can stay right here, or if it's comfortable for you, you can extend the arms either side of the body. You hold your boat pose. We have over the last few weeks integrated a rowing of the boat. So you can bring your hands together if you wish, interlace those fingers, and literally just as if you're rowing a boat side to side. So it brings a bit of movement into our boat pose. Do 2 more of those. Then gently return to center and extend both your legs and hold for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And gently release. Lovely. So we'll come to lying on the mat. We'll do a nice bridge pose. So taking your feet slightly wider than hip width apart, plugging those upper arms back to the shoulders, back of the head, but most importantly, plug through those feet. Inhale those hips toward the ceiling. Enjoy your breath. In through the nose, out through the nose. One last deep inhale. And then gently use your exhale to slowly release vertebra by vertebra to the mat. Bring the feet mat width apart and just gently allow both knees over to the right. You can bring your arms to I surrender arms if that feels good. And bring your gaze over your left shoulder. Enjoy your breath. Gently, gently release back to center, nice and slowly. Settle in center for a moment and then allow both knees over to the left as you bring your gaze over your right shoulder. And then gently, gently release back to center. And prepare yourself now for Shavasana. So if you want a blanket or jumper or anything, maybe some fluffy socks. Coming back to the mat, lengthening out. If that's comfortable for you, feet about 8 to 10 inches apart. You can bring those big toes together and allow that beautiful release of the feet to either side. Arms either side of your body, either palms facing inward or up toward the ceiling. Enjoy your breath in through the nose and out through the nose. Close down the eyes, scan your body, notice how you're feeling after our shared practice. Begin to deepen your breath, gently lengthening the exhale to activate the soothing sensations of the parasympathetic nervous system as you move into rest and digest, that space where our renewal takes place. For the next couple of minutes, just gently rotating your awareness around your body to welcome the softening and release of your practice and the space that you've created to renew. Bringing your awareness to your entire right leg. Soften, release, renew. Your entire left leg. Soften, release, renew. Your entire torso. Soften, release, renew. Your entire right arm. Soften, release, renew. Your entire left arm. Soften, release, renew. Your entire neck, face, scalp. Every muscle in your body now. Soften, release, renew. With every breath you take today, releasing a little deeper, knowing that the work is done, the practice is complete, and all that's left for you to do is enjoy the benefits. With deepening breath, introducing a little movement to fingers and toes, hands and feet. Gently roll over to your right, pausing here for a nice deep breath. And then gently assisting yourself back to a seated position, cross-legged on your mat. Bringing your hands together in front of your heart, bowing your head to your own heart, each other's hearts, and the eternal heart. Thank you all so much for practicing with me. Namaste. Thank you all.